Welcome back, everybody. Meredith Goldstein is the love letters advice columnist at the Boston Globe.
She has a new book out called Can't Help Myself, about her advice column and her own love life. So, Meredith, thanks for joining us here on the WBZ.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. First question. You pitched yourself in 2008 to the Globe to write a love letters column. Why did you feel like you had something to give people, that your advice was something people would want?
Well, you know, the Globe had run advice columns at the time, but they were more nationally syndicated. And not being from Boston, I will tell you that people from Boston really like to read about Boston.
Yes.
So I thought that people would really be into a local advice column, something that, you know, would include problems that maybe were written by people who down the street.
Red Sox dating a Yankees fan or something.
Absolutely.
That sort of thing.
So I really felt like the Globe needed it, and I was already writing about sort of relationship issues more generally, so it seemed like I was the right person to do it.
Interesting. In the book here, at the end of each chapter, you have questions and answers from readers.
Yes, from the column.
And why did you want to include those commentators in the story?
One of the best parts of the column, I think, is not so much my advice, but all of the comments written by readers. And there's a really robust and wonderful comment section, and sometimes I think the advice in the comment section beats my own. Sometimes. So when I was writing the memoir and including some letters, I really wanted to add in some of the most memorable comments, and also just to show that these days, in the modern age, an advice column is often a community. It doesn't stop with my answer. It keeps going throughout the day.
And that's one way in which an advice column is very different from Dear Abby or Ann Landers, which we used to get, you know, in newspapers. There are also dating apps. There's social media. There's revenge porn out there. How do you give advice on dating when a lot of these issues, we haven't encountered them before? They're new in a way still.
You know, some of the problems I hear are so timeless, right? They're like, I got broken up with, I'm sad, I'm looking for someone, and then some are so specific to our time, like technology. I think right now the biggest problem I see that seems so now is people not knowing how much to communicate, that there's so many ways to communicate so many times a day that we could be texting our partners and Snapchatting all day long.
That's true.
I think people are really grappling with how much they should be giving each other attention. So that's a now problem, and I think it's just really paying attention to how people feel, what seems natural, and knowing that everybody's a little bit different. But technology is rough.
And listening to the way dating people parse every text, it's exhausting. I never had to do it, thank God, but it just sounds exhausting. One question that we had was, are you ever taken aback by what people and how much people will tell you? You give the example in the book about a woman saying that her boyfriend moved far away. She still had his Gmail password and was tempted to keep checking his email after they'd broken up. I mean, that is a real ethics disaster right there. Are you shocked by some of these things?
That's been my biggest surprise, specifically letters about snooping, because I just feel like privacy is privacy, and partly also because I'm not technologically savvy enough to snoop on anyone, but my readers, a lot of these readers will feel comfortable, or will, even if they don't feel comfortable, check their partner's email account, break into Facebook pages. So I just think there's so much to access. It's tempting. It's very tempting.
You have a chapter, I thought this was very interesting, where you talk about how sad millennials are. You write, the most dire letters come from healthy, attractive, employed 20-somethings who claimed their lives were the worst, all caps. Do you think that's just the way that millennials speak, or is there something about millennials and something about their experience, whether it's social media or what might be, that really makes their experience different?
Well, I am of the opinion that for all the articles about millennials are ruining this and that millennials are actually wonderful and care so much, which is why I'm getting so many miserable letters from millennial young people. And I honestly think that they're the first generation that experienced teenage years, 20-something years with social media and a constant basis of comparison. So whereas I didn't know what other people were doing when I was 25, they know exactly what everyone else is doing.
They can see
difficult.
Their friends' wedding photos, their kids, everyone. And you know what is about social media too? People curate their lives on social media, and their lives look perfect, and then you're comparing that.
Right, and I just didn't have that. I had a glorious time in my 20s when that didn't exist. So I really have a lot of empathy, and you know, I think it's a younger generation of people. They're actually doing a great job handling a lot of information at once.
I was happy to be oblivious to what everyone else was doing. Final question. What would you say is the most important thing for people to remember while they're dating? You know, the advice that you tend to give over and over again.
I mean, I think, actually, I really tell people that if they feel a dating fatigue, if it's exhausting, you're allowed to take breaks. I think right now it's so easy to date because of apps. You can constantly be looking that it can begin to feel like a job, and you can lack passion for doing it. And if you're feeling, I don't want to go out tonight with this person, give yourself a week off, give yourself 2 weeks off. It's okay.
Well, Meredith Goldstein, thank you so much for coming on. The Love Letters columnist for the Boston Globe. She's got a new book out called Can't Help Myself, and then a novel coming out in June as well. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Very fun. Thanks, Meredith. And